ISTP love, how the ISTP falls in love. ISTPs are not often viewed as romantic people, but that doesn't mean they aren't capable of falling in love. They are more focused on practical things, and so for the ISTP, emotions can be a bit tricky. They don't want to allow themselves to become controlled by emotions. Instead, they want to focus on logic and reason. This is part of what makes the ISTP less romantic, but that doesn't mean they don't experience deep emotions, especially when they fall in love with someone. ISTPs might put on the appearance that they aren't ones for romance and fluffy feelings, but when they are alone with someone special, they can certainly be capable of more than what they seem to be on the outside. They are practical. ISTPs are practical-minded people, so they don't often focus on more romantic feelings and behaviors. This doesn't mean they don't care deeply about their loved ones. It just means they show it in different ways. The ISTP in love is more likely to search for ways to help the person they love to improve their lives. They want to logically solve their problems and give them information to help them grow and become even better. This is done as a means of helping this person achieve their full potential and acquire the things they want most in life. The ISTP also finds fun new things they can do with this special someone and wants to be able to grow alongside them. For the ISTP, simply sharing their lives with someone and doing things that connects them is a big step. This is how they show they care because they are not afraid of committing and planting roots with this person. It might not seem as romantic as some other people, but coming from the ISTP, the intentions are that of romance. They aren't ones for making plans, but when the ISTP is in love, they become more focused on the future they will have with this special someone. They need space, but not in a bad way. ISTPs need space even when they are in love. This is just part of who they are. Being that the ISTP is highly introverted, they need time alone to recharge and recuperate from social interaction. This isn't because they don't care or want to be around their significant other. It is just something the ISTP needs and something they need often. Without this time alone, they become emotionally and mentally exhausted, so it is vital for them to have this time to themselves. While the ISTP might need this time alone, it does not mean they aren't thinking of the person they are in love with. The ISTP spends a lot of time thinking about their loved ones when they are alone and the ways to share their lives better with them. This is something the ISTP does without sharing or expressing it with those around them. They don't need to explain all of their thoughts and inner feelings. They keep many of these things to themselves and private. ISTPs are naturally internalized people who don't feel comfortable sharing every feeling they experience. It does not come naturally for the ISTP to express their emotions, so they might think about their partner or loved ones often. They just don't need to verbalize this in an over-the-top manner. They are willing to adapt. ISTPs are willing to adapt to their partner and their needs more than most people realize. ISTPs actually enjoy being able to grow and change, so they are more open to this. When they truly love someone, they want to find the best ways to make this relationship work. Sometimes the best way to share your life with someone is to find ways to adapt and adjust. ISTPs are not afraid of making changes and finding ways to better themselves for the sake of their relationship. If their partner can express their needs openly and logically, then the ISTP will often excel at being able to make these adjustments. They don't take it offensively if their significant other expresses things that bother them. Instead, they want to make them happy and will be willing to approach this from a more logical point of view. ISTPs are not offended or upset by criticism so long as it is not delivered with the intention of being hurtful. If they are simply having an open dialogue and trying to work on improving, the ISTP is great at being able to do this without getting emotional or upset. They love deeply. They just don't share emotions. ISTPs can be viewed as cold and logical people, but this is because people misunderstand them. ISTPs love just like everyone else, maybe even more so because they hold these feelings deep inside of them. It isn't easy for the ISTP to express their feelings and emotions. It is just more natural for them to keep those things inside. They love deeply and in a very real manner. They just don't know how to express this openly. They are understanding people who are often great at listening to their loved ones, and this is definitely a wonderful quality to have in relationships. They can listen for long periods of time without needing to voice their own opinion and will only help if it is asked of them. ISTPs give a lot to their loved ones and simply want to be supportive and loving partners. They just don't necessarily express this with words or emotions that others can outwardly recognize.